Hi, thank you guys for stopping by my channel today. My name's Will. I do a lot of things here on this content platform called YouTube. Some of that is watch music videos, give you my honest opinion about them, whether I like them or not. And some people tend to like that honesty, though sometimes it gets me in a little bit of hot water. I'm not just a reaction guy. I also play League of Legends here on the channel. I stream it all the time during the week, along with Warframe and a handful of other games. I'm also an AI content fiend, I suppose you would call it. I make AI art all the time. You can look at it wherever you can find it, such on Twitter, sometimes on Instagram, or within my own Discord. Moreover, I also make AI songs that I occasionally post here to YouTube. All of them mean a lot to me, though they may not like AI. I completely understand. But enough about me. Today is about one of you. One of the people watching my content, believe it or not, stopped over to my Buy Me a Coffee and donated a little bit of money and asked and requested a particular video. Now, that person requests to be not named, mainly because I don't know what the name is. It just came over as someone, but they said they're from Europe and they're a homie across the sea. And they asked us to react to Children of Bodom, Are You Dead Yet? And they gave me a little bit of history about Alexi Laiho. Apparently they were named like 15 years ago, like the #1 guitarist in the world or whatever. I kind of already knew that just a little bit. Not because I've ever really listened to Children of Bodom, but I also know that like Guitar World also named them Alexi Laiho, Steve Vai, and Zach Wild, who was my guitar hero and my idol through high school, and then along with John Mayer, were also named in an article along with Alexi Laiho. Steve Vai, Zach Wild, and Alexi Laiho were called the three most virtuoso guitars. And Steve Vai and Zach Wild had a great deal to say about Children of Bodom's Alexi Laiho. I do know that eventually he did pass away. I don't know when, but I also know that when he was starting with Children of Bodom, because I read it in his article, he had a massive heroin addiction, I believe, or some kind of addiction like that. I read that magazine front to cover at least 250 times, and then I eventually ripped it all up and put it on my wall. So it's cool to go back and relive an artist that I never got into, because by the time I was more on the internet, bro, I had completely forgot about him. So cool, let's get into this, dude. I'm eager to see what they got going on. And if you would like to request a song, you can always do so in the comments below. I will eventually get to it if I can, or if it's not copyright, if it's like UMG, you're kind of fucked. Unless you would like to go ahead and go over to Buy Me a Coffee, where I don't have to worry about, content stuff and may not even monetize the video, type stuff. If you want to make a request, you can do so there. I do ask that if you do that, please only do so from a place of privilege and comfort. If you are struggling to maintain your financial needs, then forget all of that shit was just said. And let's just get right into the video. Cool? Cool. All right. The game. That's right. You just lost it. All right. Children of Bodom. Alexi Laiho, you're up to bat. It's going to be a little poor quality, unfortunately. Dude. Okay. Okay. God damn. Can you believe there was a time when your parents probably heard this and thought you were the devil? Like, I remember when I was in high school, more and more, heavier music was getting popular. And, you're talking about a guy who loved fucking, Kurt Cobain. And my favorite album, even to this day, is Stained, which is not a very heavy band, but they did start out a little heavy. Anyway, all that to say, back when I was a younger man, you weren't really that cool if you listened to that shit. And if you played video games, my God, bro. But now it's a weird thing. We live in an age where all of the things that I used to get ridiculed for doing are now the mainstream. And now the people that used to ridicule me for doing them are the ones getting paid to do them. It's fucking brilliant, man. Hell yeah. Like all the fucking people that are in a D&D all of a sudden, You know, they're like these 50-year-old guys that probably were fucking talking shit to dorks in high school playing that shit. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are finally catching on to what's awesome. But metal, well, actually, I think this might be considered what, death metal? Or is it like Norwegian fucking black metal? The genres of metal, if you ever want to see the most sensitive snowflake on earth, offended Republican, and also mispronounce the genre of metal you're listening to, and metalheads froth at the mouth, bro. They're my favorite people to offend. God damn. I started a band with a buddy in high school. We never did one rehearsal, but this is one of his favorite groups. I never got into him because he would never loan that CD out, that son of a bitch. So was he the front man? I think that's what the message said. He was a front man. I thought he was just a guitarist, bro. So my band's also fucking rocking and playing this shit. Let's go just scroll down here. It's sad listening to this now. Alexi, you are not dead yet and never will be. Rest in power. Hell yeah, dude. Get you some, homie. Shit. Now, did you hear, like, so one thing that a lot of people don't, there's a reason why metal guys are easy to offend, by the way. A lot of people don't know this. Metal is not punk, okay? In metal, there are a lot of rules and a lot of things that you want to do. A lot of people think that hair metal died with grunge. And to some extent, it did, but the bones of it didn't. Metal is some of the most technically, like, nuanced playing around. Like, their drums are some of the hardest drums in all of music. Their fucking guitar riffs are fucking, bruh, they're meaty, they're crunchy, and they have, like, they ascend and descend in ways that, like, many blues artists would be like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Metal is actually a very heightened sense of, like, purest talent when it comes to music. A lot of people just hear noise, and that's a problem with, like, their ability to, like, perceive information. That's on them, dude. You can lead a horse to water, bro. You can't make a motherfucker drink. Some people just don't have a fucking decent ear, bro. Or people have no respect for the craft. One, every metal musician you've ever heard deserves some laurels, dude. Just some, bro. Okay? Existing in metal, regardless of the genre, it's pretty fucking difficult. And when done wrong, it sounds like shit. And when it's done right, it still sounds like shit. Hence why metal is dope, bro. Thrash metal sounds like noise. That shit fucking hits, bro. If you have the right mindset, just saying. Oh man, is that his daughter, or did he, like, just not like the fact that, you know, he tipped him, his morals kicked in after he took a shit at home, bro? Or did he go home and pray to his Bible and, like, God was like, do not be piece of shit? Pretty hard. They don't make music like this anymore. One of my favorite artists these days, and has been for about 6 years straight now, is Landon Tours or the plot in you, depending on, like what you're listening to. If you're listening to his band, it's outstanding. But even his solo music, fucking, it's not as heavy, nowhere near as heavy as this shit. But I fucking love it. Like Darkest Hour, oh my god, dude, I used to fucking love them in high school, bro. I say all that to say music just doesn't feel the same. Even when like some of my favorite bands come back and they try to like recapture that aggression, that angst, it's just not there anymore, man. They grew up. They outgrew so much. I refuse to change. I'm a problem, okay? Someone call a doctor. Man, you hear those drums? Do you fucking hear those? You said, come at me and just say that's noise. Fuck you. Let's do this again. Dude is getting real rich, man. Can you just... I wish I was a piece of shit, man. Just like go like get some really juicy information, like blackmail a person. Like, dude, it would be so nice to have free money. But then you have to live with yourself. I don't know, man. Is having like $200 worth the absolute and pure destruction of the content of your character? And the answer is yes. Do it, bro. No, joking. Get out, boy! Yo, she's fucking the cop the whole time? It's not her dad? Wait, what? That's her pimp, dude? Sorry, I figured it out. I don't know about all that. I think he just kidnapped that young lady. Man. Recalling a lot of the stuff that they said about him in that article and the things that he overcame, bro, not only is he a legendary guitarist, not only is he playing very technical, hard to play music, but also doing it with a speed that's like, bro, you guys think fast rap is crazy, dude. Doing that shit with your fingers is also just as wild. Like, metal gets a bad rep, regardless if it's death metal, black metal, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, dude, so much of it is chaotic as fuck. But it's like a controlled chaos. And Alexi Laiho, I think that's how you say his name. I apologize if it's incorrectly, bro. I never fucking heard it officially, bro. This is just shit I said in my room. He mastered a craft that is just many thought to be unmasterable, you know? The amount of compliments that the guitar world had for him at the time were tremendous, dude. I remember hearing people talk about it all the time. At least in my circles. Well, and also because David would never shut the fuck up about him. But that's a really cool thing, man. I'm glad that, unfortunately, he's passed, but I'm glad that his music is still here to live on. And even if it took a long time, the world remembers him as the legend that he was. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for letting me go down this crazy memory lane of a band that my childhood best friend used to love that I completely forgot existed. Unlocked a core memory in my head. That's so cool, man. Thank you. Remember, if you want to make a request for this channel, you can go over to buymeacoffee.com/losttogod and you can put in a request there. You can also just follow the link in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have yourself a wonderful day, and please, be safe out there. And go listen to some fucking metal, dude. Doesn't matter, dude. Doesn't even you could just start somewhere. Okay? Start somewhere. The game. I got you twice, bitch. What's up?
I used to wake up like the world was mine. Now it's just morning again. Used to talk like dreams could bend the sky. Now I just grow till it ends.